of the Hidden Client Challenge. Guess what, guys? We are halfway there. And today is where we're going to really get things exciting. So you've already mapped out your one dream client on day number 1. And you've built your one irresistible offer yesterday on day number 2. And remember, the only way to make that offer better is put people through it. So we're going to launch and we're going to do it imperfectly, right? Because you'll always be iterating your program. And now it's time to learn how to create unstoppable momentum. So drop me a rocket emoji in the chat and tell me if you're ready to stop stalling and start building your business that actually compounds upon itself. All right, as always, we're going to kick off with a dance party to our Sparkle theme song as we wait for all of the peeps to come on into Zoom and join us on the live. Alrighty, here we go. And if you want to get up and move and get excited and get started, I'm going to do the same. Here we go.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long.
Sparkle. Welcome to day number 3 of the Hidden Client Challenge. Today is going to be full of jam-packed stuff. Today we're going to talk about the simple growth strategy that most coaches overlook, and why repeating one campaign is the fastest way to grow your business. And I'm going to introduce you to the Snowball Effect that will actually turn a trickle of leads into a flood. So, who's ready? Drop me some snowballs in the chat if you're ready for the Snowball Effect. All right, so quick reminder, all replays are available on the home base. You can access that at sparklewithsally.com/home base. So you'll be able to catch up on all the replays, submit your home plays, go to find out what your Live in 5 challenge is all about. And also you will be able to see lots of quick links starting to go onto that home base. We did, for everyone who jumped in early, we gave everybody a little cool Zoom background. So we're getting Vinodi. She'll be dropping those onto home base throughout this session, so you can actually join us in the party with all our Sparkle backgrounds. There's some pretty cool quotes. Now, keep all of those Facebook group posts coming, because if you're not yet in the Facebook group, make sure that you do head over there, because that is where all the breakthroughs are going to happen. And I already see lots of people making friends in there, which is awesome. And talking about that, I wanted to actually give a couple of shout outs. First to Tina Sampson. Now, yesterday when we went dark, she shared her fear of going live. She was shaking just talking about it. When I told her to just do it, she's like, she could feel the sweat. But she overcame that fear last night and she hit the go live button. So whoa, wrong button, not that one. Let's give her this one instead. All right, Mary Martin, I loved your quote. Find work that feels like play and you will never retire. That's what I did. I left this business model for a little bit and I'm like, I hated everything else I did. And now I'm back because I get to play every single day. And I always say to my husband, I'm never retiring, so don't expect that. Also, Mary Thomas founded Reclaim Adventures for women to take back their joy and identity. Now, I saw Emma Fisher go live twice yesterday in the group, showing that she had done her contact page and she's working her way through the business in a box. And then I also want to shout out to Sharon Sortel and also Veronica Pym, who joined me yesterday Veronica's a sneak peeker, but came and joined in the GSD session yesterday. We do this every week on a Tuesday for 3 hours where you put that time aside, like as if you've got to turn up to work, right? Put that time aside and then come into the GSD sessions, because we do focused work. And whenever you get stuck, you can ask a question so that you don't get stuck and keep moving. And I'm the one who's actually in there for GSD every single Tuesday. So thank you very much, Veronica and Sharon, for joining me in that. And we got through quite a lot. I was really impressed with what you guys got through. And also Veronica was like, imperfect action on her phone going live. I love that too. All right. And Marie Lorraine, I want to we know she's not here and she's had to pull out of the challenge. So can everybody please send her some love and best wishes, please, to Marie Lorraine, because here inside the Sparkle World, we are sending our love out to you. Now, remember, every day there are 4 major prizes. 1 for commenting on the group posts in the Start Here section of guides. Also doing your home play, doing your Live in 5, and also if you follow us on socials and you're an OmniSam fan. Now, keep all of your activities coming in, because everybody who does each of those activities goes into the grand prize draw, and that is spending a day with me to pull all the crazy out of your brain and map it out into an offer, a signature method. your own IP, your own intellectual property that will be your program. So awesome. Now, if you haven't done so already, make sure that you also join our Google Calendar. The team will drop a link in the chat for you. By joining that Google Calendar, you will actually see all of the free events that we run inside of this GSD community and also inside of the GSD group. I just want to say, if everyone can go grab their phone and head into the GSD group, there's a post I just put up for WhatsApp. So I've decided to start a WhatsApp chat where we will let you know whenever we're going live or if we're running any free events and resources. It's for our larger community just to stay up to date with everything that's happening in the OmniSpark world. So go ahead to Facebook and scan that little QR code. Ash has dropped a clickable link in the calendar for the public calendar. There is a pretty link floating around in the thing. I see. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you, whoever wrote that note for me.
Imperfect action, baby.
It's all good. It's really in there for when we go dark. All right. So engagement. Why did I say the word engagement? I got no idea. All right, let's talk about today's agenda, shall we? So today's agenda is we're going to talk about the one repeatable growth strategy. I'm going to show you what I did to hit 7 figures, okay? So how do I become a 7-figure business? It took me 18 months, but I did it on repeat, which generated 7 figures. So most coaches try something once and then they kind of throw it in the bin. But that's not what you're going to do. No. And then we're going to dive into the snowball effect, which is going to show you that compounding effect. And I'm going to give you some sexy math. I love me some sexy math. And then I'm going to share with you the power of creating a visual graphic that also illustrates your offer. Because who's heard the words, a picture paints 1,000 words, right? So I'm going to show you the power of that. And then we're going to drop home play, live in 5, wrap up, do a prize draw, and then we'll go dark, baby. And when we go dark, we'll do some networking, a little bit of GSD, and some Ask Me Anything. All right, let's get pumped up for all of those people who are joining us live. There's all of these awesome things over there that you get for being here live. And also, if you want to see what prizes you get during the prize draws, to claim your prizes, you will need to DM your success coach. Now, we don't give out the prizes straight away. We give them to you next week because we want you to continue to focus in on one. All right, so let's talk now about the one repeatable growth strategy. Now, with your business, right, we've talked about your signature method, right? Your steps, your program, your IP, the steps you take people through. And what happens is when they join your program, they're a new client and they're struggling with something. Then they go through your method and they come out the other side and they're all happy and transformed. You've done your job. You've made them feel amazing, right? But how do we continue to scale and grow this? And this is how we can sell our program before we make it. And I'm just going to call out Sarah McCall right here, right now. We can sell it, baby, before we make it. All right. So what's going to happen is also with your signature method, you're going to put that in an online product. So you'll stick it in a course. Right? Inside of OmniSam, we've got a section where you can build out your own courses and also you can build out your own online community. Now, at the end of this challenge, you will get an invite to our community, our GSD community as well. Now, also that online program, as you continue adding content to that program, what will happen is your clients will start asking you questions. right? And you will add those questions into your program into an FAQ section because you don't know what questions they're going to have until they ask it, right? Then once you add all of those into the content library, your course, it will help you to improve your method. So all of that stuff down the bottom, it's what we call evergreen content, right? People can go in it and watch it when they need it or as they're working through your program. Now, this is how we make people be successful. ACE, right? Accountability, community, and an enhanced opportunity. So in order to ensure that we're including ACE into our program, we also have a couple of things that we do. We have a community where they can support and champion and cheer each other on. And then you will also run live calls. Now, when you run your live calls the first time around, you'll be building your course live. Now, I'm not going to force you to build it live, but honestly, the best way to validate it is to sell it before you make it. But we've got people who are like, I would prefer if I build it first. Cool. Just don't take too long. Just saying. Then what happens with those live calls and what they're commenting inside of the community is we then give them coaching. Now, this is where you'll start to hear all of those frequently asked questions, or maybe something in your video was missing, or you forgot to cut a bit out and there's some random piece in the middle. Yesterday, when Sharon was going through the business in a box, there was a button missing for her to go and download something. So I added it while she was in there, right? So this is what you will be working with. The live component at the top and the evergreen stuff at the bottom. And this is what is also going to allow you to charge high ticket prices. Like I'm saying 2,000 to 3,000, 1,000, but think about it. You are giving up your time in those coaching sessions as well, right? Anyone can go and just buy a course and go through it. But by having you in there, you've got that umbrella and you're helping them to not get stuck. So here are the 3 magical words to true momentum. And here's where most coaches try something once, then they throw it away and they start all over again. But real growth happens like this. First, we build it, right? So we build the funnel so that we can attract in new people. Then we measure the results of the funnel. Then we optimize those results. And through the process of building, measuring, and optimizing and repeating, we are now scaling. You do not have to start again. Let me give you an example. I had a client who she used to sell clothes from out of her garage. And then I convinced her into helping people to dress like with the clothes, and she ended up taking them around on her phone. And this was before COVID, right? This was just back when I used to help people with live before it became a thing. And they would take her shopping and they'd get dressed in the change room. Make sure you turn the phone around, right, while you get dressed, turn it back around, and they'd stand and she'd tell them if it looked good on their body based on their body shape. So she made a lead magnet, which was how to dress for your body shape. Now, we put an ad out for that and we weren't spending a lot of money. It was like, I think about $20 or $30 a day. And she was getting about 5 to 10 emails a day, but I looked at the sexy numbers and I'm like, these aren't so sexy. So we knew something had to change. So we tested a few different headlines. We never changed the lead magnet, right? All we did was we changed the hook at the front, and Vinodi spoke about hooks. I think it was Vinodi or Beverly last night. Yeah, one of the two. I don't know. They're both moving now. But the hook brings them in, right? So we changed it about 4 or 5 times, and then I always look for power words. So you can Google power words, and we changed one word which was how to dress for the perfect body shape. Now, I think people who are into fashion are looking for perfection, even though it doesn't exist. And we went from 5 to 10 leads a day to 400 leads overnight. Within about 3 or 4 days, we had to turn the funnel off because she could not keep up with the amount of bookings that she had. Pretty awesome. And she didn't give up. It probably took us a good month to dial it in, but once we had it, baby, we had it, right? So who's here guilty? Raise your hand in the chat. Who here is guilty of reinventing instead of repeating, right? Just build it. Yes, Steve, Sarah, lots of you, right? Head nods coming in as well. Yep, love. All right. So we're going to change all of that, right? We're here to make a real difference. So let me now share with you what is the snowball effect. So the snowball effect, right? It's actually called the Sisyphus effect. It's a phenomenon that where one was given the task. It's actually named after a Greek prisoner. He was given the task of pushing a rock up a hill, only to have it roll back down on him. And let me show you how. So here's the snowball effect. Now, the snowball effect in marketing, that is described as a campaign, right? And it builds over time. But just like a snowball, once it's in motion, it accelerates and it gets bigger. But also, like a snowball, you have to actually start strong, right? You've got to make sure that that first initial snowball is nice and tight and has a good, strong foundation so that your campaign doesn't crumble and fall apart. So when we build a marketing funnel, what we're wanting you to do is, I have 3 golden rules when I build a marketing funnel. Number 1, always build a fast path. So as they're opting in, there's always an opportunity for them to say yes until they book a sales call or they buy. Second, always build a slow path. So if they opt in and then they don't go straight to book or buy, we send follow-up emails to them, right? Now, the third golden rule that most people do not do, who does this? You grow your email list, they come on, they get their freebie, and then nothing. You don't email them very often unless you've actually got an offer. When I'm looking down here, guys, it's because I'm looking at everyone in the room for their head nods, okay? So we don't want that. The third golden rule is no dead ends. You see, everybody that enters the software, the CRM, they are always moving through some type of nurture, right? So that we can keep loving on them, giving loads of value until you run another event. And then we turn on what's called a lead return campaign to see who wants to join you for your next event or your next freebie that launches. So we get them in, some say yes, some say later, and some say not yet. And not yet, we try to keep bringing them back. So they're always moving. You see, every single email that you have isn't an email. It's a human. It's a real life human that has a real life problem that gave you their email address because their little brain is saying, I need help with that. Right? They may not be at the point of buying yet. At any given time, 2% of your email list are ready to buy. But you have to get your ask into gear and also ask people. All right, so here we go. This is the snowball effect, but this is the bit I love the most. And I'll show you how I got to 7 figures in 18 months. I'll do it faster this time that we've returned because I've done it before, right? But here's how it works. Now, I'm going to be super conservative with the numbers I'm about to give you. And this is why you only need one lead magnet or one live training, and you will get that snowball effect. So when I started my business, I set myself a daily goal. I wanted to make sure I got 10 emails a day, 10 a day. And I would do lots and lots of different things to get those 10. Now I'm going to go even more conservative and let's just say 5 a day. And when you add up 5 a day, that's 35 leads, 35 brand new humans that are putting their hand up for potential help, which in a month turns to 140 new humans on your email list. Now for mine, it was 10 a day, which meant 300 a month. And I also set myself a rule. If I miss a day, I don't get it back, right? So if I miss 2 days, I lose 20 new humans that potentially need my help. So let's do some sexy math. I actually do math meditation sometimes in the morning. I do. I love me numbers. A lot of our clients who don't understand numbers, they enjoy me reading their numbers because I want you to earn while you learn. Let me see those sexy numbers because I will find holes and gaps. It's just a skill, as well as making, the signature method. Looking at your funnels and finding holes and gaps is also another skill that I have. So let's do some math. Who loves math? Let me know in the chat. Who loves sexy numbers? Yes or no? Put them in the chat. I want to see who my sexy number people are out there. And who of you do math meditation, right? Or just run math for the fun of it. I actually run math I'll put down my income goal that's really high and then I'll break it down and work out how many people I need in XYZ. And, even Ash and I sat up last night running some sexy math for the lead up to the end of the year. So let's get some sexy math underway. All right. Now, look, I don't do the complicated stuff. My husband and my daughter do, but not me. I do the simple math. So let's say you run your first promotion. And now here, let's say you have 30 days to fill that promotion. Now, remember I said if you got 5 leads a day, that was 140 a month. And I'm saying let's just get 50 leads, right? Just 50. Now, those 50 leads, that's way less than 5 a day, right? Now, once you run that promotion, industry standards are you will get 2 sales, okay? You'll get 2 sales from the 50 people. Now, again, I'm going to be super conservative. I'm going to say your program, just for simple math, is $1,000 a sale. I would prefer to see most of you a minimum of 2,000 to 3,000 because you're going to add coaching. Coaching what makes the difference between just a course and them having true success, especially those course junkies out there who just buy courses and courses. Who's a course junkie? Yeah, lots of course junkies in the room. You keep buying courses but never actually making your way through it. When you add coaching, you then are able to charge a higher price. So that would be a $2,000 promotion. Now, tell me in the room, who would quit their full-time job for $2,000 a month? Anyone? No? No? You sure? All right. Well, let's say the next time you run a promotion, you've got your original 50 people and you don't do anything different, right? You just set yourself a goal to go find 50 new people. But now you've got 100 people and industry standards are you'll have 4 sales. So that is a $1,000 sale, which is a $4,000 month. Who would quit their job for $4,000 a month? I definitely would not. No. Oh, actually, I did because I believed in myself enough that I did actually quit my job to go in full time. And I said to my husband, give me 5 years. And I started selling things from my garage to pay for my business. But anyway, and I did take some money from my daughter's bank account, but I did pay it back, just saying. All right, promotion 3. This time you're getting your stuff together. All the automation's working, right? All of the funnels are working, the follow-ups, the no dead ends, the slow path, the fast path. So now you can spend more time on marketing. So this time we go out and we get 100 new leads. So we've doubled. It's even still more conservative than that original math that I showed you. 8 sales, $8,000 a month. Would you quit for $8,000 a month? Would you give up or would you keep going? Part-time, we've got a few nods, maybe 8,000. Yeah. Don't forget you got to pay tax. Okay, don't forget you got to pay tax. So you could take the tax off that. See, I don't bullshit you, right? I'm not giving you numbers that are like inflated here. I'm trying to be super conservative so you can see the power of what I'm teaching you. All right, next. You run another promotion, 4th promotion, and you really got your shit together now. You've dialed in your ads, right? You get in 100 new leads. You probably could do way more than that the 4th time around because now everything that's automated is working and you can spend pretty much most of your time on lead generation. Now, with all of those new leads, we now have 12 sales, which is now a $12,000 month. That's a five-figure launch. Now, who would think, ooh, that's all right. Now, can you see, I haven't changed anything. I ran the same training on repeat. And this is what I did. I ran the same training on repeat every 6 to 8 weeks. Okay? Every 6 to 8 weeks, I ran the same training. And what happened was I got better at the training. I got better at understanding where they get stuck. I already heard lots of frequently asked questions, so I could add them into the training. I could hear objections firsthand, and I was able to add objections into the training, so I was overcoming those before they even come up. So you're always slowly tweaking. When I ran my first live event, challenge, boot camp, whatever you want to call it, you can name it anything fancy. It's just teaching people live. I'm like in there and I'm stressing and things are broken and we call it a messy launch, your first one, because this email went out and the wrong date was in it and that link didn't work, but you know what? We're still going to roll with it. We do our messy launch. The second launch, I was a bit calmer. There was still a few things that needed tweaking and social media posts forgot to go up at the right time. Third launch, I'm going out, baby. I'm going to the hairdresser in the morning. I'm getting my hair done, a wash and a blowout, and I'm rocking up all calm, ready to go. Because I'd done it 2 times before, right? Can you see if we start to simplify your business, then you can scale it with just one lead magnet, one promotion, so that you can have 5-figure consistent months. Now, it took me 18 months to get to 7 figures of repeating the same strategy. And because people go on payment plan, I'm talking reoccurring revenue monthly as well when people are on payment plans. So can you now see you can actually start with 0 on your list and $0 in your business, and you can focus in on just one strategy and you dial it in. As I always say, choose one thing and dial it in. Choose one thing and dial it in. And you can now see that you can actually get to 5 and 6 figure months. My first goal was to hit 83,333 reoccurring revenue because that is $1 million business. If I made $8,333 a month once, that's not $1 million business. Don't start thinking it is because it's got to be consistent. All right. So this is really, I hope this gives you a really huge mindset shift around where to focus. And this is why I keep telling you that give me 12 months, right? When we have people, we want you for a minimum of 12 months. Most people stay with me on average 3 to 5 years, and then they scale out of where we can help you. Sort of when you get up to that 5 to 10 million, you're scaling out, right? You're probably going and hiring way more expensive coaches than me. Now, who loves pretty pictures? Actually, let me know in the chat. Who's excited and pumped for the snowball effect? Let's pick one lane and stick with it on repeat. Get those tippy tap fingers out. Let's commit. Yes, they are. And they're conservative, Kingsley. They're conservative numbers. because I wanted to not, bullshit you, to be honest, because I hate shiny ball marketing where people just feed you a lot of bullshit. Now, the other thing that really helps is having a picture, having an infographic that actually shows what it is you do. So far we've covered one lead magnet, right, which is choose one type of promotion to run on repeat. We looked at your dream client. We talked about clear messaging and not shouting at people. We spoke about your irresistible offer and the 4 Ps. And we've also covered slightly traffic sources. So choosing one traffic source and really going deep and learning everything about it. And then slowly get more and more leads through it. So which of these things, your one lead magnet, one dream client, one clear message, one irresistible offer, or one traffic source is the thing that you're most excited about to really start taking action on right away? Like, this is the area I need to work on, and that's the area I'm going to start to focus in on. Lead magnet, dialing in your dream client, clear messaging, sorting out your offer, or learning about your traffic source. So we've got lots of lead magnets coming in. Yes, because the money's in the funnel, baby. I never had a website for about 2 years when I started my business because I was focused on funnels, because the fortune is in the funnel. When they go to a website, they get all confused. All right. So it's good to see a lot of you are starting to think lead magnet. Now, lead magnet is truly where you all should be. If you are not hitting your income goals, your main focus should be list growth. All right. Come back to me if you're multitasking. If you are not hitting your income goals, your main focus should be list growth. All right. Yes, I love that, Steve. Funnels are my kryptonite. Yes, baby, love it. All right. Now, you can absolutely go out there and take action, but I just want to ask, quite a lot of people have been asking about our program. So I thought, hey, let's get that out of the way. Would you like to see what our program actually is? And I'm going to show you the infographic that we designed for the program, right? So you can go out, take action on everything that we've taught, and certainly do it yourself. And you may certainly get results, right? And if that's you, I release you, but please come back tomorrow because the training does build upon itself. But for those of you who are ready to skip over the trial and error and really shorten the timeline between now and the next 12 months to tighten it up and get hands-on help from me, from my team of experts, let me show you what is possible when we work together in the OmniSpark Academy. You see, this program is not like any other course or community out there. It is actually a complete road map. It's a click-by-click system to build your sales automation and marketing machine without all the tech overwhelm. So if you've been piecemealing all your tech together, no more need, because we have one piece of software that will do it all. Plus, you get my eyes, the experts' eyes on my team, on your messaging, your offer, your funnel, your numbers, so we can build, measure, and optimize to get you to those 6 or 7-figure months within 6 to 12 months, as long as you do your part as well. So would you like to take a look at our signature method? I love it. I love my signature method, and I love my graphic because, well, I am a graphic designer by trade. But what I'm about to share with you, this is your phases that you will go through. And depending on the stage of the business that you're in, you may not start in phase 1, right? And the journey of this is not your customer's journey. So if you've watched any of my previous trainings about the 7 stages of the customer's journey, this is actually you, the business owner's journey, right? And I recommend that you spend usually 1 to 3 months, depending on the phase, and choose that one thing and dial it in. So let's check out my sexy pictures over here. So this is my method. This is my signature method, and it's called the Freedom Funnel Formula. So let's begin all the way over here in phase number 1. So phase number 1, this is where you will do your vision and traction plan. Most of our clients will do this in December or January. We do it every January. And this is when you map out your dream client, your 10-year vision, then we break it to your 3-year vision, your 1-year plan, your 90-day steps, your monthly goals, and your daily scorecard. And together, you're going to see some big changes that finally help you to see clarity and focus. And I'll throw some testimonials up later in the group of people who have been and done the VTO training in phase 1. This is where you'll get no more guessing, no more shiny ball distractions, no more squirrel, right? Once completed, you will know exactly what to do each week, and you will feel confident and about the direction that you're heading in. So who here would love to stop guessing and finally know what to focus on daily and weekly? Yes? Let me know in the chat. Now, the second phase after phase 1 is our design it phase. Now, if you don't already have an offer that is working, and you don't have a signature method, and preferably with an infographic to help you explain it, this is where in this phase you will build out your signature offer. You'll map out the framework, you'll create the irresistible promise, the package, and also the price, and what will be supporting that program. You will feel confident knowing your program is really solid and valuable, and no more wondering if your offer is good enough. You will have the confidence that clients will look at it and go, yes, that's for me. So who here would love to have 100% confidence their offer is actually irresistible? Well, that's what phase 2 will help you with. Now, we're going to jump over into phase number 3. This is where me and my team and my builders, this is where we love to hang out, right? This is where we give you free access to our software. Along with that, you get funnels, templates, swipe copy, 2 years of email nurtures set up to automate so you've got no dead ends, website set up, tech, click-by-click videos to follow through so you learn. Join a GSD day. That's what we did yesterday. And if you would prefer done for you, we also have a studio where we do done for you work. So if you would prefer us to do it for you, and then you just focus in on marketing and the things that only you can do, then let us know, because that option is also available, because people sometimes just want to cut a check for speed and get there faster. We can build everything in 30 days. Most of our clients will take sort of 60 to 90 days to build it all out themselves, but we can do it in 30. Now, there's no more excuses. Once you've set up the system to start filling it with leads, no more procrastination. Everything is built. Now, instead of having 15 different pieces of software, you only have one. And OmniSam is truly, honestly, an all-in-one tech stack. You will no longer feel stuck in perfectionism or lost in the tech, trying to piecemeal it all together and what's an API and what the hell's a webhook to make them all talk to each other. There's no need, no duct taping. And once that is set up, you will have a funnel ready to attract, nurture, and convert. So who here would like a complete funnel just pushed into an account ready for you to just take and tweak, right? It will take away all the headaches. Now, once you've built out the tech, now we're going to spend time in the fill it. This is where we get into traffic and leads. So this is where you'll work on your messaging and your marketing, and you'll choose either paid or organic strategies. Now, I've got lots of strategies for both. I will try to get you to use paid because you'll get the leads faster without as many hours, but you will also get us reviewing your launch and all the sexy numbers as they're coming in, and we will review them and help you plug those little holes and pull the little levers to be able to make tiny tweaks can make a massive change. And this will ensure your funnel is actually filling with leads and not getting crickets. No more going live to an empty room or wasted ad spend. When you have a humming system, you will have a predictable flow of dream clients showing up. So who here would finally love to go live and know that your dream clients will actually show up, even if it's on the replay? 80% of your viewers will be on the replay. So once we get through marketing, and marketing is, flowing, we're going to look at your sales. Now, selling is not scary, okay? It is just a skill that you can learn. We will actually give you our scripts if you are unsure of how to run sales calls, and we will actually review your sales calls as well with you and get coached so that those conversations feel natural. Because honestly, I should have made a quote for the Zoom graphics. Selling is helping. And when they say yes, they're not saying yes to you, they're saying yes to them. And the biggest part that you'll find is confidence. I've had many clients that will come in, we will review their sales calls, they'll go out, I've got testimonials I can throw in the group for you, they'll come back and they'll close 2 calls like that. If you're not closing over 20%, you need us to review your sales calls, okay? That's the minimum. Because you know your stuff, you should be able to get 20% closures even if you don't understand how to do a sales call. Once you understand it, you're looking at 40 plus, right? So you'll actually start enjoying sales because I'm telling you, it feels like serving. So who here would love to sell with confidence and actually enjoy the process? Selling, I love it. I truly, truly love it because it allows me to help more people. Now, once we get through the selling phase, they've all said yes and they've joined your beta group who are going to go through your signature method. And now we're going to deliver it. So this is where you truly show up. You deliver it live. Hopefully you deliver it live. That's what I always try to ask you to do. We will set up your onboarding. We want to track your client success and ensure that the first 30 to 90 days is really solid so that you deliver so much that they don't get buyer's remorse. And you can also add things like awards and recognition systems. Like we have a Christmas party and we're going to do awards. But when you onboard your client's journey, they will be so delighted. They'll stay longer and guess what? They'll start referring others, which is part of the 7 stages of the customer's life cycle, which if you're interested, let us know. We can send you a video of that. But no more one and done clients either. No more clunky onboarding and manually sending messages out. Oh, because I forgot to tell people that training's on today. It's all automated. And you'll have a smooth delivery and you'll turn these beautiful new members into raving fans and consistent testimonials. Look, I am one of those people that, like, I'm the chef that doesn't cook at home, right? I build so much for other people that, do you know how many years I've been wanting to just get one big page that puts all our testimonials on it? I keep building for other people and I just never get around to it. So, do what I say, not what I do, because I'm so busy building your businesses and they're my priority. But who here would love to have clients who don't just buy from you once, but they stay and then they start referring people, right? And their friends. Now, once you've done all of this and you've launched a few times and you're starting to now convert like crazy, it's time to move to phase 7. Now, in phase 7, it's outsourcing and evergreen. So this is now, we've tracked all your numbers from your live events. We've optimized what works so that we can turn that live event into an evergreen training. That way you can keep now selling while you're sleeping. You can also then start thinking of hiring yourself out of the jobs that you don't like by looking at outsourcing and have a small but mighty team like mine. I am not looking at building a corporate company. I've been in corporate. I mean, I was in Centrelink. You can't talk more corporate than bloody Centrelink, working for them. I like a small but mighty team. That's it. If our team can't sit around a dinner table and have a conversation, my company is going to be too big. I don't want it. I've got mentors and friends who run multiple 7-figure businesses with 10 staff. And that's all I want. 10 amazing staff. So the big changes you're going to see here is you'll feel that your business is now consistently growing with predictable income. And guess what happens? Your promotion just becomes sexy math. I know if I bring in this amount of people, based on how I'm converting, I'll get this amount of people into the Facebook group, and then I'll get this amount of people into the lives, this on the replays, this amount doing homework and live in 5s, and then these amount booking calls and this amount joining our community. I just know. It's just math. It really is. But you've got to spend the time to dial it in. That's where most people fail. What they do is they just think, oh, it's not working. They give up and they do something new. Please, no more, no more. If you take anything away from this training, it's that you're going to choose one thing and dial it in. Choose one thing and dial it in. All right, so here's the kicker. When you join us, you will get 12 months free access to our OmniSam software. Now, this OmniSam software, this is an all-in-one platform. These are all the things it can do. You can build your funnels. You can run automations. You can manage your leads. You can track your numbers. You can build a website. You can have blogs. You can set up an e-commerce store. You can even set up print on demand if you're someone who wants to make t-shirts and send out funny quotes. It has the calendar booking system. So if you don't, no more Calendly and Acuity, no more Kajabi, no more Teachific. You can build your courses. You can build your communities. You can schedule your social media, and you can manage all your leads. And I'm sure I've missed more things. But what we've got here is one sales and marketing system all in one place. And then we also run 4 days a week inside our community, 2 sessions a day, Tech at 10 and Tech at 2. So if you ever get stuck, jump in, see John, see Vinodi. They will literally share the screen and you'll get hands-on help as you click through and build things with the team. So can I ask, who here has wasted hours stuck in the tech with problems? Yeah? Sharon, you spend a day trying to figure things out? Well, that all ends inside our community. Now, not only that, we have loads and loads of experts. You will have access to me. I'm literally in all day Tuesday and part of Wednesday. I'm actually in every day, to be honest. We're supposed to close the VOZ at 3 o'clock. Can any team member remember closing it before 6? I cannot remember closing it before 6. But you'll also have all of the beautiful tech experts, strategists. So John and I specifically are really awesome strategists. Ash is getting there. She's really coming up the ranks in strategy. Copywriting, sales coaches, mindset mentors. We even have a yoga and mindful therapy expert. And daily mentoring, weekly accountability, and personal reviews of your offer, your messaging, your sales calls, and your sexy numbers after launch. Because this is such a high touch program, we only accept 12 people because our team need to also deliver on our promise, and we don't want any of our coaching sessions with like 50 plus, 100 plus people in the room because nobody gets served. So this ensures that you get a personalized support. I promise you it'll be like no other program you've ever joined, and our team will guide you at the highest level. Anne-Marie, one of our clients, she came in, she had a very successful business around teaching people how to create podcasts. And her system, I think she was using about 10 pieces of software, no systems in place. Now she uses our exact framework to do everything in her business. She is scaling, she's hiring, and she is now off the tools because the automation and her team are taking care of everything. We had an amazing client, Erin, who teaches people or helps breastfeeding mums. She sold her program before she even built it. She just had an idea. I said, go live, tell people, and people raised their hand and said, yes, please. Kathy, oh my goodness, Kathy Kruppers. She, now this, you can't get much more niche than this. She teaches people how to splint arms. That's what her niche is. That's how niche it is. Just how to splint arms. She would come in after an event and goes, oh, I don't think it went very well. And then I'd run her numbers. And I'm like, Kathy, you just made $15,000. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, baby, you need to look at your numbers. Oh, no, Sally, you look at them for me. Every launch, I kid you not, she would come in and always come in with that mindset. Oh, I don't think it went very well. And I'd show her the numbers and she'd be like, what? She wouldn't know because she forgot payment plans and monthly reoccurrings and all those things. And, then taking out her ad spend and still having money left. All she saw was her ad spend. And she thought she lost all this ad money, not to calculate that, sure, that first month's payment didn't quite cover the ad spend. Next month you're in profit and the reoccurring revenue is nothing but profit, right? And so that sort of shifted her mindset around that. Now, let's be honest here. Every month you wait to launch your program and start growing your leads is costing you time, leads, and money. So if you're making $10,000 a month and you don't have a system in place, I'm telling you, you could easily be costing yourself like $90K a year with missed growth if you do not have a system. And we only do take 12 people per group because we want to service those at the highest level. So you are wondering about the investment. The investment you can start today. Well, actually you can't because I'll tell you, we don't accept everybody. You must complete an application. You then must attend an interview before we will accept you in because sometimes, and I turned away quite a few people the last time we opened the doors because you're just not yet ready. Okay, I won't say yes if you're not in the right place, but I will send you off with resources, I promise. But then you can get started for like as little as $900 a month for the 12 months. Or if you pay in full, it's $9,000. And if you do pay in full, I'm going to give you one of my mapping sessions. Now, Sarah, Sharon, they've done mapping sessions and I'll put more testimonials up, go into the testimonials. I've never once had anybody leave thinking that that was not worth it. Now, with that, you'll get that mapping session. You get me for an entire day. I help you build out your clear offer. I map out your program. We build your IP, right? Your own intellectual property or signature method. We work on your promise. We put together your package, and then I go away and create your infographic. So, like I said, that picture paints 1,000 words. Now, this program comes with the opportunity to give it a test drive, but to be honest, I don't even like having a guarantee. You're either in or you're out, right? You either want it or you don't. But we do have what we call an ROI guarantee. If you show up and you do the work, and if you do not get results and get your money back, I will personally work with you until you do. I have not yet had to do that, but it's there. Now, don't forget the pay in full bonus. If you want that one-on-one mapping session with me, I charge $5,000 for that normally, and I can only really do 2, and I'm pushing 3 a month at the most, right? Because honestly, it takes me days to do the work once you leave the room. So you've got 2 choices right now. Go away, try and figure it out on your own, or you can apply. So if you head over to the hub, go to the home base, you'll see a big button. Vinodi, the big button's there. It says, I'm all in. Hit that button, book yourself an interview time, and complete the application form. Myself and my team, we will review those applications. If we, from the application, think you're not a good fit, we will call you and let you know. Then you'll come into the interview. We will make sure that you are the right fit for the community because Nice people only allowed in our community as well. We rise together. We work better together than we do alone. You've already seen that. Now, to apply, head over to Homebase, hit that I'm all in button, and inside of the OmniSpark Academy is where you're going to get the complete roadmap, the systems and the support, and it's all waiting there for you. So if not you, who? If not now, when? And if not this, what? Go on, head on over to sparklewithsally.com/homebase and hit that big button. I'm all in. Complete the application, book in your interview, and let's build this together. I'm going to give you a GSD to go and get that shit done. Go on, go click the button now. Even if you're not a good fit, I promise to send you away with an action plan to get you ready. Alrighty, go on, off you go.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine. Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine.
Alrighty, guys. Now, some of you may need a little bit more time. Leave that window open because we've still got more training to cover. I'm looking forward to meeting those of you who are ready to cut a check for speed and get that doing done, and so that we can get you to 6 or 7 figure months in the next 12 months. So let's now move to home play. All right, guys, home play. Today's home play is super fun. I love it as always. You know I do a live every week. Who knows about my weekly live, Strategy with Sally? Ash helped me remember it was called Coffee Time Chat back in the day. I knew there was another one. I used to call it Mentoring Monday. Then we called it Straight Talk with Sally. Then there was another one at the Coffee Time Chat, and then it became Strategy with Sally. And it's been that way for the last 3 or 4 years. So this is my home play for you. I want you to pick a day and a time every week and go live. Make it the thing you've got to do in your business. If you were going to an employment and you had an employer and you had a certain thing that you needed to do at the same time every day, you would just do it. So be your own boss and make sure that you do your weekly live. It does way more for you than just presenting a live. We can use it in marketing. We can break it up for ads. We can use it in content. We can turn it into a podcast, which is what I do, right? And then you can have some amazing guests on your podcast. Like I've had people like Amy Porterfield, Pat Flynn, some pretty awesome names, Brock Johnson. So some in my industry, they're big names. And it is a great way to get consistent at teaching people live. Now, I just want to say if you're struggling with how to go live and what to say, in my copywriting and messaging session today, we're going to talk how to actually teach people live so that it sticks, all right? So 1 day a week, same time, every week. And at the moment, just do it from your phone. Okay, now the second thing I want you to do is name your weekly live. Mine's Strategy with Sally, right? We got, I'll never forget Jenny Milton. Jenny Milton teaches people how to snow kite, right? And she never would go live. She's like, no. And her investment, she was crying in her combi van where she was sleeping when she joined. She had to come back to Australia to look after her mum who had gotten sick, and she joined the program, and I kept saying, you got to go live. Guess what I saw on my newsfeed last week? I saw Jenny Williams helping people become public speakers. I got goosebumps. I'm like, oh my God, she is definitely coming back for Where Are They Now? So her live was called Windy Wednesday because she taught people how to use the kite to snow kite. You know the one on the ocean? No, in the snow. So, and her method looks really cool. Her infographic that I designed for her looks like the top of a snow kite. All right, so name your weekly live, and then how will you, oops, wrong button. This one is the one I wanted. What's one way you will focus, or what's one way you will focus on one repeating strategy to attract clients? What one way? God, my tongue's tied. I told you, Ash, my brain cells aren't firing properly. What's one way you will, see, it's not my brain cells, it's my dyslexia who typed it wrong. What's one way you will focus on repeating a strategy that gives you leads? Okay. Honestly, teaching people live, I honestly find is the best way. But some people just want to do a lead magnet or want to do a webinar. We can help you with that as well. Now, when you think about you run the same thing on repeat for 12 months, how will focusing in on that one strategy, how will that change your business in 12 months' time? So that's your home play, and let's have a look at the live in 5. All right, live in 5. One area of your business where you have been reinventing instead of repeating. I should bring it over here so I can see it. Reinventing instead of repeating. The most common thing I see is people just keep making more and more bloody PDFs. If I just make another PDF, I'll get more leads. The next one is one thing you'll commit moving forward to doing on repeat. Let's create that snowball effect. Then This is really interesting for me. I love, love, love this question. What does success mean to you? All right. So you all have the opportunity to share what it means for you. For me, it's not money. Success is freedom and choice. When I made more money, it gave me choice. If I choose to jump on a plane and go and meet my biological father for the very first time at 40 plus, which literally happened, I could. And freedom is team. I have a team, so I don't have to read my emails. Now, I do reply to them, but Beverly reads them. All right. I don't want to say it was one of the first things I hired out because I hate reading. Ash is amazing at reading. She reads so fast. I don't know how she does it. Okay. So what does success mean to you? And what did you like best about day number 3? Now, I'd love to hear from those in the room before we do the wheel of names for your prize draw. Raise your hands and you can introduce yourself because you never know who's watching, and share with me what's the one key thing, biggest aha from today. Please raise your hands. And also make sure you return tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to continue to build this momentum together, okay? And then I'm going to show you how you can actually overcome objections. Now, what I'm going to share with you isn't just to overcome objections. It's actually a life skill in how to have conversations even with your family members. All right. So don't forget, every day builds upon the next. To really get the full impact of this challenge, you must do all days. Okay. So Sharon, come on up. What was your biggest takeaway from today? I'm just looking for Sharon in my list. Where are you hiding, Sharon? You've got to hang on a second. Let me just type Sharon. There she is. Sharon, come up. Just talk. You'll come on screen.
My best thing was I'm learning more and more as this is my second challenge. I'm finding hearing little snippets that are different from last time. And my thing now is to get that business in a box done so I can get this moving, so I can start getting people doing my course.
Yes, baby. I love that. I love the fact that you're coming back with your student hat on. I'll never forget the day Sarah Lowell, because I always talk about building the gap, making sure you build the gap. And it would have been a good year. She's like, oh, whatever this gap is. And then one day I drew a picture, and she used to come to every single training. She would actually be here, but she's launching this week. But she goes, oh my God, Sally, I just get it. I know what the gap is now, finally, right? So this is repetition, immersion, model, approve, and practice, right? It's doing the same thing on repeat, but with your student hat on, not coming in like, I already know everything.
Yeah.
With my coaches, if they've got programs, like I remember when I was learning from Eric Worre on how to recruit, I used to listen on cassette tape, to how to talk to people over, and I reckon I probably listened to it like 500 times, the same chapters over and over and over again while driving. And guess what? I became the #1 team builder in the APAC region for the entire company and #3 in the world because I immersed in the method. I modeled a proven practice. So you're doing amazing, Sharon, amazing.
Thank you. And another thing is follow up. Like that's what I'm like, I've got to do it. Like I've got to stop procrastinating and do it.
Yes. Nothing beats a good old phone call, to be honest. We can automate, but nothing ever beats that human connection. Who's had a phone call from Ash, right? She picks up the phone and there's a real human on the other end. All right. Let's bring up Sarah. I love seeing what you all chose. So Never Dull Your Sparkle is what Sharon chose. What has Sarah chosen? Come on up. Hang on. I've got to find you, Sarah, in the room. Sarah. There we go. Sarah, come on up.
Hello.
Hey, fail early, fail often, but always fail forward. I love your choice. What was your key takeaway? I know you're a RIM girl. You repetition, immersion, come to as many of the trainings as you can. What's your biggest takeaway?
Well, like Sharon, I mean, every time you come, you learn something different. There's something that you haven't heard before. There's something that you know you've heard before, but it hits in a different way. Today, seeing the graphics that you did, I must be a lot like Sarah Lowell as well. And that when I see the graphic, I get it. It makes it more relatable that way for me. I don't pick up things by people talking to me about them quite so much. It's the experience of things. But the group that we've got here today is just fantastic. The way that they're connecting and engaging and asking questions, and there's a tweak and a change that's happened in my perspective of my own business going forward, is that it's been really encouraging. And I think that's the biggest takeaway for me today is the encouragement point of it. So thank you. Really appreciate it. There's a ton of notes as per usual. We'll probably talk about them when we go dark.
Well, look, I'll tell you both. If you do join the cohort, you'll be joining alongside Sharon, and you'll also be joining alongside of Sarah. So they will be with you in your cohort going through. Sarah, how are you enjoying? You started with us a couple of weeks ago, and how are you feeling with the program? I mean, you've been with us for a while now, but this whole new venture program that we're doing, how is that going for you?
The revamp is phenomenal. It's far more structured. It's far clearer. It's got a direct path going forward, and everything you know, every time we meet with you, we've got steps that we've achieved. And so we, tick those off and celebrate those, which are really important. Not a lot of coaches do that. Ask questions. Where are we at? What are we struggling with? And help us problem solve those things. And then on the recap, after we've had a chat, then you come back and say, okay, these are the next things that you're going to do, and really keeping us accountable and doing those things and going forward. And even supporting, like we've been through some health issues lately, and still just saying, hey, can you do that one thing? Can you do that one thing? And for me to be able to be encouraged to engage in that way and not feel like a failure, massive ADHD person here who really struggles with connecting and so on, and would do anything for anybody else. And having having you guys there with me to do this has just been incredible, because now I feel like I can actually do it, and that I'm I'm dealing with the imposter syndrome and the shame monster and all those kinds of things everybody deals with in business. But it's so cool. You're only across the ditch from us. We're here in New Zealand. You're there in Australia. We pretty much talk the same language. Some of them are a wee bit different, but it's so. From top nights, you're just down the road at the old school is where you're at,
We love you, Sarah. You're doing amazing things. All right, let's do another key takeaway.
Thank you.
Kingsley, come on up, Kingsley. Let me find you in my little window over here. What's the biggest takeaway from you from day 3?
I think the biggest takeaway for me is the lead magnet, and trying to work out what my lead magnet is. I've got a few ideas, but I can't quite get it down yet, but I will.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And thank you for showing me around your backyard the other day, because I do love my garden. It brings back loads of memories of my mum and my nan. My nan used to have a little nursery in her backyard with a sign in the front yard. And whenever I get out into my garden, it's kind of like a way of connecting with my mum and my nan. So I love when you showed me around your backyard. It made my little heart smile. So thank you for that. Who else have we got in here? Mary Martin, what is your biggest takeaway from today? She's looking for the button. Nobody gets away with coming up and talking to me most of the time. If you don't raise your hand, I just ask. Mary, come on up. What's your biggest takeaway?
It's the same as Kingsley. So I really like the lead magnet idea. And I love the repeating it. and the snowball effect. I think that makes sense. It's a simplification of things rather than trying to recreate things and do things all different, but just stick with something that you've developed that works, I guess.
Yes, that's right. May not work straight away, but we're going to measure, optimize, choose that one thing and dial it in.
Yeah.
Veronica Pym. Veronica joined us yesterday as a sneak peeker in the GSD session. Veronica, what was your favourite part? Oh, hang on, I've got to find you in my little chat here. Where are you hiding? There you are. Come on up. What's your biggest takeaway from today?
I think that is what I highlighted was the lead magnet as well, but also list growth.
Yeah.
And I still haven't worked out my list growth and getting new clients. And so the title of the hidden clients attracted me to see, well, where are they hiding?
They're stalking. They're just not talking. 80% of your live viewers are not there on the live, right? They're watching. I've got people who literally years they've stalked me. I've never seen them comment on a post and then they come in and join. I was actually watching back through a few of the testimonials last night because I was trying to find a few to stick into the group. And there was one client. She's like, I've been following Sally for 2 years, but now that I'm, starting to grow my business, I knew I needed her. And I'm like, oh, there you go. Yeah, 2 years. And before she joined, I think we met in a different community. But prior to that, I didn't know she'd been stalking for 2 years before we actually made contact and started chatting to each other in another community. So, yeah, good takeaway. So, yes, guys, that one promotion on repeat. And I do have to say the best way, can you feel the connection that we've got from spending a bit of live time together? We've become like a really cool little family together. You're all meeting new people every day. You're getting your new accountability buddies. What you see here is what happens in the VOZ. That virtual office space is open 4 days a week, 9 till 3. 9 till 3. I laugh. Guaranteed 9 till 3. I honestly don't remember when we left before 6. And we do extended office hours on Wednesday, 9 till 9. Normally, Ash and I have a little bit of a sleep in on a Wednesday because we stay up late, but not today because we're here for you. But we will be in there. So if you've got a sneak peek, come in and say hi tonight when Ash and I are in. I'm also running the messaging session today, and I really wanted to talk about different ways to help people learn. That's what we're going to be covering inside of that session today. All right, let's now move to the cool little name wheel. Thank you everyone for sharing your key takeaways. I'm looking forward to watching it all go down inside the Facebook group. Keep those lives coming on in. So first prize draw is for intro goals, struggles and tools. And our winner is Sharon. Message your success coach to claim your prize, and I'll just throw a little bit of sparkle on it right there. Next up, we have our Omni fans. Our Omni fans, if you want to get the prize draw for the Omni fans, go give us a follow and a like on all the socials. Sharon, she's a winner chicken dinner, always winning the things. See, always. I reckon she's probably won nearly every prize that's up for grabs by now. Next up, we have our home play entrance. Oh, my goodness. What is going on? Sharon. Jesus, love. Oh, Sharon. All right. And then our live in 5. This is my favorite one. That's why I make it the best prize. Is the live in 5. And our winner is, I'm so happy. Our winner is Tina. Do you know why I'm so happy? Because when we went dark yesterday, she was so scared. She's like, I'm shaking just talking about it. And then I gave her a challenge. I said, you're going to do it. Yes, you're going to do it. I said, I'll get my whip out. I have a whip that I pull out when I feel that people are making excuses and it's not real. And she goes, oh, I'm sweating. I can feel the sweat now. And I shared my sweat in my butt crack story with her. I'm so pleased that Sharon won. I am so pleased. So please message your success coach to claim your prize. We do not give prizes out until next week because, again, this is your only learning and development, what we're doing here. Next week, you can go off and chase another shiny ball. All right, guys, go fill in that application. Yes, go fill in that application. Make sure that you, at least if you don't join us, I promise I will be sending you away with an action plan, okay? You will have steps moving forward. So especially if you've been here live and attending, I will make sure we do get to spend time together. So often I am able to find holes, not so often, pretty much every time, I will find holes that need to be plugged. Here's a funny quote someone said to me one day. They said, Sally, you're like a plumber. When I think of a plumber, I think of a guy who's over the sink and the butt crack, and I'm like, don't call me a plumber. That's not real nice. No, she goes to me, no, sorry, don't take it the wrong way. You plug my holes. And I'm like, oh, okay. I plug the holes in your funnel. Or I do. Yeah, I do. I love it. When I can find a sexy number that I can pull a lever on, or I find a dead end where leads are going through and they're halted because you haven't put something there to send them through, that just brings sparkles to my heart. All right, guys, stay here. Don't go anywhere. If you're here live, we've still got networking, some GSD, also Q&A time, and just fun getting to know you all. All right, let us do the outro scene. Don't forget to join us tomorrow where we're going to cover Slaying the Dragons, which is overcoming objections. I'll see you all there tomorrow. And if you're on the replay, #replay, you made it to the end. Good on you. Looks like you're turning into a lifer. Bye for now. Oh, never let anyone dull your sparkle. Make sure you get at least one income-producing activity done every day. And Ash...
Every day be marketing. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it stronger than the others think. And who cares if you